The term military analyst does not a legally protected term. It's not like doctor. It's more like economist. You know, any asshole can start calling themselves one and fart out a vaguely plausible opinion on the current situation.
I love watching major Democrat shitholes fail and collapse, because if we didn't have enough, I'm being deadly serious about this. If we didn't have enough examples that socialism doesn't work with the fall of every, not most, not 98%, every single one of them failing or continuing to exist in a miserable state, like, say, Venezuela or Cuba, we got additional American experiments, like in the truest sense of that phrase, Democrat stronghold cities, Baltimore, Chicago, Detroit, now Minneapolis, San Francisco, we get to see what Democrat policies look like. I don't know if you want to roll this out for the entire nation. And again, if it was an innocent mistake, we're just really well intended. But you know what? You guys were arrogant, prickish assholes. You're all assholes. I was there, spent most of my adult youth in the Twin Cities. And I've seen it. The sanctimonious know-it-all. We're from the suburbs. We went to McAllister. We just know so much better. Come on in. We don't care. Oh, you're just a bad. You're the equivalent to the most evil ideology on the planet because you want low taxes. You're not doing the popular thing that our teachers told us to do. I'm sure that culture is in other places in America, but it was turned up to 12 in the Twin Cities. And so when I see my know-it-all generation now more or less in command of all the pillars of powers and the institutions at this municipal level, at this cultural, at the state level, how's it going, gang? And you are right. You are right. The migration to remote work does play a little bit of a role in this, but it doesn't explain it all. I'm like, who is saying that y'all should get rid of your commutes long ago? Oh, that's right. This is downtown St. Paul. Downtown St. Paul has always been known to be a bit more sleepy than downtown Minneapolis. Both leftist shitholes headed up by women because their mayors are guys. Although St. Paul has the all-first female city council, you can't. It's like meeting the libertarian at the party. They'll tell you right away. And kind of like Disney, like you girls are putting up bad. You're not putting up any points. You're not convincing us the case just because there's a hole between your legs. You're somehow qualified for the job. But that's all right. People in St. Paul feel good. What happens when a St. Paul office tower is abandoned? Nobody seems to want the Alliance Bank Center in St. Paul, raising questions about how the city is going to keep the tower safe. Hey, guys, you got your dream. You're going to own the means of production in St. Paul. The city of St. Paul will own this building. I wonder what will happen. Why it matters. With rising office vacancies and plummeting property values in downtown St. Paul, the abandoned tower. Well, wait a minute. Wait a second. I was told that downtown were all the action. Actually, my first internship, interned in downtown St. Paul. This is how old ago. Those that know, I parked where the Gillette manufacturing facility was. That's when we made things in the United States. They actually made things. There was an actual manufacturing facility there. You get free parking. You have to walk, about a mile to where my internship was. But what happened? Gaultier Plaza. That's where all the cool hippie. I remember, to show you Gen X's dicks, to show you the smug superior holy. So we're downtown St. Paul going to a jazz club. And it was one of these high-rise buildings where they converted, like the 90s, and they converted, or they made it up to be high-end condos. So we're in line to get into this jazz club, and out of nowhere, what did they drop? They purposely dropped some douchebag frat bros up above. Were dropping shit like from 15 stories up on the people down below, and people could have gotten hurt. That's the don't. There's some good people in Minnesota. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Everyone is asshole. Okay. So what happened to downtown? I thought this is where all the cool kids went. Wait, we could live downtown. Get ourselves a coffee. The abandoned tower highlights a problem that could be the first of more to come. State of play. The city has condemned the 16-story Alliance Bank Center and taken over basic property management from the distressed landlord, Madison Equities. Oh, dude, bro. That Madison Equities, by the way, is not the Madison Equities in New York City. There are two of them. This one is a Minnesota firm. Good old Minnesota owned. It's got everything. Sanctimonious leftist know-it-alls at the city level, sanctimonious leftist know-it-alls at the state, and just washed up douche bros who private equity, bro. Minnesota private equity is about as good as the Minnesota Vikings. You're gonna have as much success. The guy passed away, and then it passed on to his wife, and I'm come on, gang. Women leaders, let's go. It's keeping the water on for fire suppression and maintaining some skyway access to other buildings. And it says it's also continuing to patrol the property. Okay. For you who don't know what the skyway is, it's very cold in the Twin Cities. And so they built these skyways that go over the street. So instead of walking out when it's 20 below zero, you can stay indoors. They're like bridges that go across, but they're insulated. You're just going from one building to the other. Guess who likes that? Homeless people. Guess who Minnesotans love more than their own children? Homeless people. You can't take them out. And then guess who complains when the homeless people attack? The same people who want. It's a very complicated and confused relationship Minnesotans have with the homeless. It also says it's continuing to patrol the property. Threat level. Threats. Not in good, nice Minnesota now. The complex this large and with this many access points presents a long-term safety risk. City inspectors, here we go. Here we go, Minnesota. You voted for this shit. City inspectors discovered feces, urine, and garbage during an April 3rd inspection, which was detailed in a notice to condemn the property. So just like your light rail system, just like public transportation. Oh, you're becoming a big city there, Twin Cities. You're just like all the other ones. You got adult Democrats shitting in the public. You got your murder rate's going down. Let's pump those numbers up now. Come on. There was also evidence of break-ins and broken doors and windows. Here's the problem facing the city. Madison Equity has given up the property and said its lender doesn't want it. So the lender, because no one ever buys with cash anymore. I wish you girls would realize that all these guys who own buildings and own assets, it's actually the bank that owns it. The lender doesn't even want it. This is where I get a kick out. This is so many kicks I get out of this. The lender, Royal Credit Union of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Now, I worked in the shit tier level of banks, like community banks, credit unions, and all that. If you're going to a credit union for a commercial loan, maybe just don't. Maybe just liquidate your company and call it quits. Okay? If you're, private equity or not private equity group, a real estate developer that owns downtown buildings, you should be dealing with larger banks that can get you the funding quickly. They had to go to a credit union in Eau Claire, Wisconsin to get it. Eau Claire, who is the douche canoe? Like, I got a big business deal, bro. We got a real estate developer downtown Minnesota. They're really big. They got a nice car when they showed up, and they own a house on Lake Minnetonka. He pinky swore that he would pay us back. Even the bank doesn't want it back. That means it's a liability. It's not because they don't even want to go back in and clean it up and get it ready for sale. The maintenance cost isn't worth it. They're going to let the city or the county, depending on, I don't know how the authority works there. They're going to let you guys take it. Here you go, kid. Here you go, government. You're going to get your dream shot, kid. I'm sending you 2 characters to Top Gun. Okay, St. Paul, let's see you manage a business. Let's see you manage a private concern. You guys have the answers to everything. We'll put some coffee shops in and everything. I've been saying for a long time you should be converting this to residential, but what the fuck do I know? The city is also not likely to take ownership of the building or recommend the city is also not likely to take ownership of the building or recommend demolition, said the Department of Safety and Inspections spokesperson Casey Rodriguez. The St. Paul Port Authority said it won't acquire the property either. So you're gonna have to tear it down, huh? Aw, that's too bad. What about the great culture? What about the architect? You know what? If you I guarantee I think I know which bank this or building this is. Some shit piss 80s minimalist architecture. Oh no, what are you gonna do without that awesome building, man? What what's gonna happen if you don't figure out a way to pivot and make that people could come downtown anymore? I know I joke about you guys just but forcibly not fun sex peopling with your parking restrictions and your bullshit. Um, oh, it's dangerous downtown too. You got all these buildings down there. If you don't figure out a reason and a purpose for them, they're all going to be coming tearing down because city ain't going to want to take over them, right? They're all leveraged up, right? Right? Because that's the American way, debt, bro. Bro, debt. I'm a hedge fund manager and I flip properties on a commercial lending scale. Now if you ain't making no profits, you are gonna. The only way out is to turn them into residential. There's actually quite a beautiful upside potential at the end of this harsh thing. This reorg you're gonna have to go through. But I'm wondering, like, because right, let's be very clear. Your people that are in that city are not adults. They have no honor. It's not like Tokyo where people don't poop in the streets and everything is reliable and there's honor. You have a bunch of parasites and criminals, maybe not convicted criminals, but unethical people that will break in and take shits. And you guys are like, oh my God, let's pamper them some more. I'm a good Minnesotan. Well, if you just have a city of deadbeats, what's going to happen? There's your culture. There's only one way out of this, but you ain't going to listen to me. And you couldn't afford my. Dude, could you imagine? We'd like to hear your thoughts. Oh, you're going to reimburse me for the fucking hell you sent me through. Fucking worthless community. C says, in the meantime, his goal is to maintain the building's safety and security until a new responsible party steps in to take care of it, regardless of how long it takes. Who is going to buy a money-losing? Who's going to buy a liability? A money-losing, as it's called, liability. Who's going to buy a liability? Are you going to get rid of homeless people and step up the patrols? Oh, that's right. You guys hate cops. Don't worry. It's an all-female city council. They'll figure it out. Through the power of vagina, things just happen. You're gonna have to tear it down. Yes, but finding a by the way, this is a very good article by Main. I'm surprised MSN. This is a very good, informative article. Yes, but finding a long-term caretaker won't be easy or quick. There are delinquent taxes totally nearing $650,000 on the property. Are you guys actually gonna? You're really good? Really? You're gonna put that hurdle in the way of somebody taking over this eyesore for you, huh? According to Ramsey County records, and a transfer of ownership can't happen until they're paid. Okay. Date my fat daughter. She currently has a what's a curable one? A gonorrhea infection. Are you going to solve that first? No, you got to pay for the gonorrhea treatment. No, I don't think I'm going to date your daughter. Let's get rid of the gonorrhea infection, and then we'll talk. Oh, we have principles. All right. Landlords have a 3-year redemption period before the county can force the building to be forfeited due to delinquent taxes. The Ramsey County Assessor's Office told Axios in September. Well, the current owner don't want it, and the bank don't want it. I think they could sign off on it. You want to, you know how like there was those fires in LA, and how many, 7 permits have been issued since to rebuild because the bureaucracy is so slow. How long? We could have this done in an afternoon. You give it up. It's the cities. All right, we're tearing it down. How much you want to bet this building's going to sit there derelict for at least 5 years? Demolition, according to one local general contractor, which was granted anonymity to speak freely about the property. So what? It's not controversial. It's not involved in would cost between 6.5 and 7.5 per square foot, though several factors could change that estimate. This means it would roughly cost $2 million to tear down the 300 square foot tower or 300,000 square foot tower. The retail complex and parking ramp would cost extra, as would underground space. So there you go. I'll give you free advice. Your community is not capable of generating the quality citizens that would be required to make downtown St. Paul or Minneapolis a viable, enjoyable community. And therefore, give these buildings purpose and a positive value, make them an asset to said community. Just tear it down. Just tear it down. No one wants to buy it. No one's going to fill it. You're not going to convert it to residential. You're gonna waste more than $2 million on wasted labor, jibber jabbering about it. Tear it down. That's the best. That's the best you got. Related, if I remember my geography correctly, southeast, 3 or 4 blocks. The Excel Center. Like, what's the Excel Center? Don't worry. It's where the Minnesota Wild, the hockey team, plays. I think just like the Vikings, they never won a championship either. This was the big new thing back in the 90s, right? And Excel Energy is one of the main energy companies, so they want to have the name on it. And there was success. I will be honest about that. It lightened up and brightened up and brought a little bit of downtown city life to St. Paul along this stretch. And a bunch of bars came up where all the dopey people would come and watch the sports ball or a concert. I got pissed off because every time I'd come into town, I want to hang a right on 7th Street and go to Mancini's, which is the only real place worth going to anymore in St. Paul, which I hope to God is still, although I hope maybe the family retired and just said, fuck this shit, we're out. But anyway, so I want to get down there and there'd be some damn concert, a hockey game, which is economic. There was economic activity. Well, I guess there's no more downtown action. Well, no more action. No more downtown where all the action is. St. Paul's Excel Energy Center to get new name. Wait, what? You don't want to renew the name lease? After a quarter century of hosting games, tournaments, concerts, and conventions, St. Paul Excel Energy Center will soon have a new name. The Minnesota Wild and Excel Energy announced Tuesday that the utility company's naming rights agreement, dating back to the opening in the arena in 2000, will expire this summer. The Wild said it expects to announce a new naming rights partner for the venue before the start of the 25-26 season. Meanwhile, the team said its partnership with Excel will continue in a new form. Who's going to buy it? Herbert's Shoe Repair, or who's going to buy it? We're extremely thankful for our 25-year naming and team marketing rights partnership with Excel. Excel has been an incredible supporter of our team since their inaugural season. We look for has the Wild. Hang on, I wonder if the Wild's won anything. Minnesota Wild championships. Have they ever won a Stanley Cup? 0. Just like the Minnesota Vikings, 0. 0, meaning less than 1, meaning Wisconsin, your special needs state to the east, I'll grant you that, has one more. They don't have a hockey team, I don't think, in Wisconsin. I'm talking the Green Bay Packers. Have you guys heard of the Green Bay Packers? Yeah, they've won a couple. Small little rink-a-dink town in the armpit of a bay. We're extremely thankful. 25-year naming and team marketing's rights partnership with Excel Energy. Minnesota owner Craig Leopold said in a news release, Excel Energy has been an incredible supporter. Excel will partner with the team on a program called Community Power Play. Oh my God. All these words that mean nothing for decades. What's that like, selling your soul in corporate America? We got to come up with some touchy-feely bullshit that makes the dopey, dumb, fat asses in the suburbs come think they're part of a community. Community power play. Fuck. To provide grants supporting youth and high school hockey in Minnesota. You don't need help supporting hockey in Minnesota. That includes financial assistance for athletes who face barriers to participating in hockey, purchasing equipment and ice time, and helping with improvements of local high. Fuck. This is when there's such a slow news. When someone doesn't get murdered in the Twin Cities, they go and, I guess nowadays, if only 3 people get murdered in the Twin Cities, and it's a slow news day. We're here with Bob so that he's going to tell us about the Touching the Ice program. Well, we're just really here to help the kids of the community. Same fucking shit. God, can we stop it? We want to give back to the community. Give back to the community. That's got to be so tiring working in that industry where all you do is like, yeah, we got to fake like we give a shit for PR and marketing purposes. Drag the athlete out here. I don't want to go meet the kids. No, we got to have you meet the kids. You got to talk about pleasantries and good feelings. Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I like the kids. Don't get me wrong, but I want to spend time with my family. I already played hockey 3 games this week. Can I just have some downtime? I want to stay at home. I want to drink a cup of coffee. No, you got to come out and say a platitude to the dopey Minnesotans because it's all feel goods. Didn't they just set fire to this building last week? Yeah, I know, but they got to do the feel goods. 25 years ago, the Minnesota Wild, who yet win a championship, and Excel Energy were new brands in the region. Today, these 2 new brands have become embedded in our community and culture. Dude, no one gives a shit about paying their electric bill. No one. President and CEO. This new chapter. Oh, here it is. Are you going to go on a journey? Are you on a journey, sir? Are you a 14-year-old TikTok girl who's on her next chapter in her journey? With the Wild extends our commitment to the region will serve to expand access to the sport of hockey so that more young girls and boys across the state can access and more fully engage in this wonderful sport. I can't wait for Hyper. Excel Energy also hosts games for the Minnesota Frost of the Professional Women's Hockey League and Minnesota High School Girls and Boys Hockey State Tournaments. In addition to many concerts each year, the venue has hosted the 2008 Republican National Convention. Boy, you had to reach back a while to find that one, huh? Wild seeking close to $400 million state funding for major renovation for the arena and adjoining facility. We need more money. They need $500 million. Hey, St. Paul taxpayers and Minnesotans, can you make a fancier hockey rink for us? We know we haven't won shit ever. Can you give us more money? What are you, from Edina? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, God, just a parasitic economic entity. There you go. I'm glad to see things are going exactly as any normal thinking person, not even economist, not even an Austrian economist, just a regular normal thinking person expected it to go. I'm sure, just like women's dreamboat, just like a 38-year-old single woman's dreamboat, he's right around the corner. I'm sure booming economic times are right around the corner for you Democrats, socialist economists, and government leaders in St. Paul and the state of Minnesota. This one's super ass bucket, $2. The all-female city council will fix that. Yes, they will. They will. Their mayor is Carter, black dude, and oh my God, they had celebrations and burned down 5 buildings that day to celebrate the first black mayor. And it's like, you want to see the epitomal example where DEI is going to fail. St. Paul City Council and the governor or the mayor will be it. The entire city's like, oh my God, traits. It's like, that's not competency. Doesn't matter to me. You guys are going to pay more in taxes. It's going to be a fucking shit show. You're gonna see why you need meritocracy. Why you can have a black mayor. He just needs to be. One of my best friends lives in St. Paul. He happens to be black. Put him in command. I'll give you an all-female city council. I know some gals. But it has. The Republicans are not the racists. The Democrats are. That's what it is. It's always got to be about the way you were born, or a bigot, I should say, because race is only one trait. Hey, gang, let us know how Team DEI does. Be probably as good as Miss Marvel. Naughty DJ Aftershock. Well, don't you know? I grew up and got a wife, don't you know? We have to move to North Oaks for good schools in the neighborhoods, don't you know? Yeah, but keep voting DFL, keep voting Democrat. Oh my God, I don't know why they stopped. Dude, wasn't that the thing for a while? They would block the interstates because somebody got a burr in their saddle. They're going to block the interstates. No community deserves itself more. There's not a community in the world that doesn't deserve itself more. And summer will be nice for 3 months, and then they're going to have snow again. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later, Toodles.